Good day. This is Mr. McAllister again, coming with another video, talking today about the activity that we had to complete, activity 4.3, questions 4, 5, 6, 7, and the writing prompt. We are going to go through some resources that are available for you through EDSB, as well as explain what the questions are asking, some of the key components that the questions are asking. First thing I'd like to highlight is if you would navigate to your EDSB, you will see that there is a link for No Fear Shakespeare. If you click on that link, it'll take you to this screen. And on this screen, you actually have the text, the original Shakespearean text on one side, and you can see the modern translation on the other. So it helps a little bit as far as understanding the piece. We have a reference that you can refer to. So with that in mind, let's continue on. On your SpringBoard assignment, questions 4, 5, 6, and 7 would require first for you to read the text. After you read it, the first question asks us to explain the points of views of the Capulet and the Montague families in this scene. How do each family view justice? What textual evidence supports your analysis? So you notice that there are multiple points in this question. First thing you need to do is to think about what is the point of view? What is the, I want to say, what is their stance for each one? The Capulets and the Montagues. Also keep into account that they had a family feud going on between the two of them. So what is their point of view? Now, how does each family view justice? That can be found in the words of Lady Capulet. Okay, she talks specifically of what she wants the prince to do. Okay, and that bleeds on into the next portion. What textual evidence supports your analysis? Again, read back. I would suggest Lady Capulet. The next one is going to be number 5. What does Benvolio's retelling of the fight reveal about his character? Which details does he choose to emphasize? And what does that tell you about him? Now, one of the things that you want to think about is the manner in which he tells the story. When you hear Benvolio, who is Romeo's cousin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when he tells the story, does he seem to pick a side or does he seem to be objective? That's essentially what the question is asking you. Is he trying to stir you in one way? Is he telling it as it was? What evidence do you have? And what does that say about him? That's what that question is asking you. Very simple one. Number 6. Now, number 6 is a very good question. I like it. It says, what makes the prince a complex character in this scene? Now, I know a lot of people were probably wondering, what do we mean by a complex character? Well, if you look back at activity 4.2 in your SpringBoard, and if you really ever wanted to do this, all you have to do is, if you look at the top of your screen here, it'll show you the previous activity. So you can literally click it there. I wanted to have it set up prior to us coming in, but they talk to us about a complex character. Now, a complex character is one that has multiple or conflicting motivations. Now, you got to think about who was the prince in this instance. Okay, think about his relationship with Mercutio in this instance. Where does he fall and what makes him so complex? That's what they're thinking about. We've already talked about direct and indirect characterization, but if you wanted to, we'll go over it again. Direct characterization is when the narrator provides information directly about the character. The indirect characterization is found through the actions, okay, what the character does throughout. So direct is what the author states explicitly. Indirect are the actions that they take. And so with that in mind, going back to the original question, what makes him a complex character? We've kind of talked about some of those things. Go back and look at it. Number 7, what message about life does Shakespeare's scene reveal? Now for this one, you have to think about it on the whole front. So what do you think was his message Shakespeare was trying to get across? Okay, think about what was going on with the two families. Think about what was the outcome at the end of the day, what ended up happening. Was there a winner? Was there a loser in this instance? Doesn't really seem that way, but that's what he wants you to do. What is the message that Shakespeare was really trying to get across? So for numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7, these are very, very good questions. They require more than just one sentence. I can tell you that right off the head. Now let's take a look right here at our explanatory writing prompt. It asks us to choose one of the characters from this scene in Romeo and Juliet. So we have Mercutio, we have Benvolio, we have Romeo, we have the Prince of Cats. Why is his name escaping me at the moment? But the Prince of Cats, Tybalt. Right, so you have all of those characters who are in there. Write a paragraph, write an extended body paragraph, about 6 to 8 sentences, that explains what the author reveals about the character by direct or indirect characterization in the events and in the dialogue. So basically, you're choosing one character and you're looking at what the author stated about him directly, if he stated anything directly, and what indirectly he showed. So what actions did that character take? And that should be in a paragraph. Remember, introduce the idea, support it with evidence from the text, close it out. Okay, if you can, literal, interpretive, universal. You know, you want to try to make sure you do that each time. So with that in mind, that is that activity, and that's that. Talk to you. See you later.